Hello, hello, beautiful badass, and welcome to this beautiful Sunday winter solstice practice. I am so grateful you are here today. Today, we have a very special practice honoring the winter solstice in the Northern Hemisphere, the longest night, the shortest day, and also welcoming back the light into our days in our life, as well as honoring the darkness and the gift that the quiet brings us. So, a couple of extra little things to bring to the mat today, along with your blanket and blocks that you have, or a pillow that you have, along with the yoga props. I encourage you to also grab a piece of paper and a pen to jot some notes down, as well as a candle and a flamethrower of some sort to light your candle with, along with a glass of water. So, three extra things: the paper and pen, the candle and flamethrower, and a glass of water. And with that, we'll go ahead and get going and meet you on your mat. So I encourage you, as always, we're going to start seated today. And I encourage you, as always, to sit on either a block, a bolster, or a pillow or a blanket. So we'll go ahead and find a comfortable seat in Sukhasana or easy seat. Allow this to feel good for you. Know that you can move, shift, or adjust at any point that you need to. Remember every day, today and every day, that this is your yoga practice. Allow yourself to move in a way that feels good for you in your body, listening to your body and what you need in this moment. With each pose, with each asana, with each breath, allow yourself to be in tune with your body, the sensations in your body, to make it feel good for you. So, as you find a comfortable seat, you're going to have your little extra props. Like I mentioned, the paper and pen, as well as either lighter matches and a candle, as well as your glass of water. Have it all handy within arm's reach. And as you get seated, coming to sit nice and tall on whatever prop below you, remembering that when we sit on a blanket, a bolster, a pillow, or a block, it helps lift our hips just slightly above our knees, which creates a forward or anterior pelvic tilt in our hips. This allows us to find more length in our spine with ease, stacking our vertebrae from the sacrum, one on top of each other, all the way through the top of the cervix spine, and then reaching the crown of the head high. So we'll take a moment to arrive here on our mats. You can place palms down on your knees or thighs as you allow yourself to gently close your eyes or take a soft gaze in front of you. Allow everything that's already happened today, this week, this year to begin to fade away off into the distance. It'll be there later for you to pick up once again. You have gifted yourself this time to be fully present and aware here with your mind, your body, and with your breath. Begin to notice the flow of your inhale and exhale. Not controlling it just yet. Just begin to notice the rhythm of your breath. Notice the temperature of your breath. Notice where in your body you feel movement stimulated from your inhale and your exhale. feeling your belly and chest rise and fall. Perhaps you notice subtle movement in your shoulders or hips. Maybe even down your arms and legs. Gently begin to deepen your inhale and exhale, intentionally drawing in a slower, fuller, deeper inhalation, filling from the very base of the belly all the way to the very top of the lungs. And as you exhale, slowly and intentionally exhale everything out completely, starting from the belly, gently drawing the navel in towards the spine to release every last bit of stale breath from the lungs. Inhale, base of the belly to the top of the lungs. Exhale everything out completely. Continue for a few more rounds of these deep, intentional belly breaths. Notice how these diaphragmatic belly breaths change the sensations of your breath in your body. Without judgment of right, wrong, good, or bad, just allow yourself to be present and aware here and now with the sensations in your body and with your breath. And for today's practice, we're going to begin by setting our sankalpa for our intention for our practice today. So you can flutter your eyes open. I want you to take your glass of water in front of you. Water has incredible energetic properties and is super powerful. So we're going to actually utilize the energetic properties of our water. We're going to infuse our water with our sankalpa or our intention for practice today. And for our intention for this winter solstice practice today, I would like to offer up the intention of gratitude and appreciation for the light and the dark. And if there's a different sankalpa or intention that you would like to take, I encourage you to find that now. With this intention of gratitude and appreciation for the light and the dark, the yin and the yang, the feminine and the masculine, this duality balance of the universe, really, I invite you to take both palms and wrap your hands around your glass of water. And you can pick it up if it's comfortable for you. And I just want you to take a moment to have so much appreciation for yourself and so much gratitude for yourself, all of the parts of yourself, the good parts and the bad parts, knowing that the light and the dark is what makes up this beautiful duality of you and your life. Having appreciation for this duality, for this balance, for the light and the dark allows us to flow with appreciation for what is rather than needing to change what is in the moment. So as you sit here in this energy of appreciation and gratitude, holding your glass of water in your hand, I want you to take a moment, sitting in appreciation for yourself, for making it to your mat this morning, today, in this beautiful winter solstice, for taking this time for yourself, for your strong, capable, able, always healing, healthy body. Appreciation for your adventure through this life. As you tune into this energy of gratitude and appreciation, take a moment to notice how your body feels in the energy of gratitude and appreciation. For me, gratitude and appreciation feel very grounding, feeling very rooting in my body. I can feel it near my root chakra, actually into my sits bones. So it's rooting me down into the earth. Without judgment, allowing yourself to be aware of where you feel gratitude and appreciation, knowing that it is very likely different than how I experience it. And allowing your experience to just be true for you. With your glass of water in your hand, I want you to imagine sending so much gratitude and appreciation into this glass of water from your hands and into this water. Infusing your water with the energy of gratitude and appreciation in this moment for the duality, the light and the dark, the gift of this life. We'll take one more round of breath here. And then take a couple big sips of your water. Drinking in the gratitude and appreciation that you have infused into your water. Feel it as it travels down your throat and into your belly. Feel this water nourishing your body and your belly. Then you can set the water off to the side and allow yourself to take sips and drink in all of this beautiful gratitude infused water throughout this practice. This is a practice that you can also take off the mat into your everyday, infusing your water with the energy you desire to cultivate more of. So from here, take a moment, just notice how you feel after setting your sankalpa or your intention for this practice of gratitude and appreciation. Notice the subtle changes in your body that have already occurred by simply sitting here, breathing, and setting your intention for this winter solstice practice. And then with your next inhale, we'll go ahead and roll the shoulders up towards the ears. And then as you exhale, slowly release the shoulders down away from the ears. We'll take a couple more rounds of breath like this. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale to release them down. Last one. Inhale, shoulders up. And exhale, release them on down. This time we'll inhale, sweep both hands high. And then pause here at center and just take a moment, reach one hand and then the other, shifting a little bit side to side, beginning to bring a little bit of movement into our bodies. And then come back through center, reach both hands high. And as you exhale, release your left hand down to the mat. Reach your right hand up and over as you root down through the right sits bone to expand through the right side body. You can find stillness here, or if you'd like to invite a little bit more exploration and movement on your in or exhale, excuse me, you can round your shoulder forward. And on an inhale, round the shoulder back, open your heart. Exhale, round the shoulder forward. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale forward, last round. Inhale, open. Exhale back through center, reach one last time. And inhale, reach both hands high, pause at center. Close your eyes. Allow yourself to be present and aware with the change as it's happening here and now. And as you exhale, release the right hand down to the mat. Reach the left hand up and over. You can pause right here, rooting your left sits bone down into the earth, opening through the left side body. Or if you'd like to find that gentle movement we just found on the other side, as you exhale, gently round the shoulder forward. Inhale to peel the shoulder back, open through the heart. Exhale, round it forward. Inhale, open. For the last round, exhale forward. Inhale, open. And this time, exhale back through center, reach. And on an inhale, reach both hands high. Exhale, cactus your arms, shine your heart forward. Allow your elbows to land in line with your shoulders as you press the elbows and the backs of the hands towards the back of the room. One more breath here. And as you exhale, slowly release your fingertips all the way down to the mat or floor beside you. Allow yourself to tent on your fingertips. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze. And as you exhale, come back through center. Beautiful. Take a moment to pause. Allow yourself to notice the difference in your body, in your mind, here and now. And then we'll make our way to a tabletop position. So if your knees are tender, I encourage you to unfold your blanket under your knees. As you roll over the knees to come to find your tabletop position, allow your wrists to stack directly underneath your shoulders, hips stack directly over top, excuse me, your knees. From here, draw the navel up and in towards the spine. Engage through the core by drawing your navel up. If you're not sure your core is engaged, press the tops of the feet down into the mat, maybe so much so that your knees hover above the mat. You'll feel your core light up there. You can release the tops of the feet, but continue to draw the navel in towards the spine. From this place of core engagement, we'll begin to flow through our cat and cow. On an inhale, gently lift the tailbone and the gaze as you still stay engaged through your core. And as you exhale, press the mat away around the spine, tuck the chin into the chest. Inhale into cow pose. Exhale to cat. And I encourage you to find any extra movements here as you begin to flow through your cat and cow. You can stay flowing and focused on your core through your cat and cow, or if it would feel good for you and your body, perhaps you add a little extra movement, maybe gazing back towards the tail or shifting the hips side to side. Maybe you sink your hips back for a child's pose for a breath or two. Allow this movement to feel good for you and your body as you begin to wake up through the spine, through the hips and the shoulders, Perhaps you notice subtle difference between the two sides in your cat and cow. Without judgment, once again, but just allow yourself to be aware and present here and now with the sensations happening in your body. Take two more rounds of breath to flow through your cat and cow. Eventually, we'll meet in a neutral tabletop position as the crown of the head reaches forward, tailbone reaches back, navel still draws up and in towards the spine. We're going to find a thread the needle flow. So, with your next inhale, we'll sweep our right hand skyward. As you exhale, we'll reach our right hand between the left hand and the knees. Come to hover. Press into the left hand, stay engaged through the core. Inhale, press into the left hand as you reach the right hand high once again. Exhale, come to a thread the needle, hover as you reach your right hand between the left hand and the knees. Inhale, press into the left hand, right hand reaches high. Exhale to thread the needle, hover. Allow the shoulder to hover just above the mat. Inhale, press it high. And exhale, thread the needle. Allow the right shoulder to find the mat. Allow the right cheek to find the mat. Your left hand can reach all the way to the top of the mat. You can pause right here if this is feeling good for you and your body. If you'd like to take it a little further, you can wrap your left hand around the small of the back, reaching to grab the right hip crease. Breathe. If your mind has wandered off the mat and out of your room, just gently redirect your awareness back to your intention that you set at the beginning of practice, back to the intention of so much gratitude and appreciation. Last breath here. As you exhale, release your left hand down by your face to the mat. On an inhale, press into the left hand as you sweep your right hand high once again. Exhale to release the right hand down to the mat. As you find your neutral tabletop, flow through one single round of cat and cow, inhaling to cow pose and exhaling to cat. Notice the difference between the two sides as you find a neutral tabletop position. Just allow yourself to be curious, present, and aware with the difference as it's being created in your body in this moment. We'll find this thread the needle flow on the other side. So on your next inhale, sweep your left hand high. And as you exhale, reach your left hand between the right hand and the knees. Come to hover your shoulder above the mat. Inhale, press into the right hand as you reach your left hand high. Exhale to thread the needle, hover, reach your left hand between the right hand and the knees. Inhale, press into the right hand, left hand reaches high. Exhale to thread the needle, hover. Last round, inhale, sweep it high. And exhale to thread the needle. This time, allow your left shoulder and cheek to find the mat. Right hand can reach all the way to the very top of the mat. Or if you'd like to take it a little bit further, you can find a bind by wrapping your right hand around the small of the back, reaching towards the left hip crease. Breathe. Last breath here. As you exhale, release your right hand down by the face. On an inhale, press into your right hand as your left hand sweeps high. Exhale to tabletop position. Move through one final round of cat and cow. Inhaling, tailbone and gaze gently lift. Exhale, press the mat away round through the spine. Coming to a neutral tabletop position, we'll tuck all 10 toes, sink the hips back towards the heels. Pause here for just a moment as you begin to wake up through the plantar fascia or the tough connective tissue on the soles of the feet. You can stay here at center, pressing into all 10 toes evenly, or if it would feel good for you, maybe you shift your hips gently side to side, pressing into one side a little bit more and then the other. Perhaps you notice just the difference between the left and right sides, balancing the duality, balancing the yin and the yang. The left side represents the yin energy, and the right side represents the yang energy. Yang represents with light, and yin represents with darkness. At this time of year, where we are on the tipping point, coming back into the light for the winter solstice. From here, we'll begin to make our way to our first downward facing dog of the practice. Allow your middle fingers to come parallel and press actively into all 10 fingertips as you spread your fingers wide. From here, we'll begin to send the hips skyward. Find length in your spine. Focus on lifting your sits bone and tailbone straight up towards the ceiling, finding as much length as you can in your spine. You can keep a deep bend in your knees, especially if your hamstrings and calf muscles are feeling tight. Or you can begin to pedal out your legs, gently bending one knee and then the other, gently straightening one knee and then the other. Finding a gentle rhythm or movement, allowing this to feel good for you in your body. As we ground, allowing ourselves to meet ourselves exactly where we're at here on this winter solstice, this yin energy day. Breathe. Find one final round of breath in movement or stillness here. On your next inhale, rise high to your tiptoes. And as you exhale, slowly sink your heels towards the mat. Inhale to your tiptoes. And exhale to sink the heels. Last round, inhale, tiptoes. And exhale to sink the heels. From here, take a slow walk all the way to the top of your mat. Planting your heel with each step, allowing yourself to come to a forward fold at the top of your mat. For our first forward fold of the practice, you can take your feet hip width apart or slightly wider, maybe grabbing opposite elbows, finding ragdoll as you allow the crown of the head to hang heavy down towards the mat. Allow yourself to keep a deep bend in your knees. You can find stillness here, or maybe it'd feel good for you to gently bend one knee and then the other, shifting the weight side to side, maybe shaking your head yes or no. Allowing yourself to find any movement or stillness here that would feel good for you in your forward fold. Once again, remembering today and every day that this is your yoga practice. Allow it to feel good for you in your body. From here, we'll plant our feet hip width apart. On an inhale, halfway lift, hands find the shins, super active and engaged through the entire back body as your navel draws up and in towards your spine. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to forward fold. Last round. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to forward fold. Beautiful. Bend your knees deeply, slowly rise high. Extended mountain pose, hands sweep to touch at the top. And as you exhale, slowly draw your hands down to your heart. Mountain pose. As we find our mountain pose, plant your feet hip width apart. So, right below the bony parts of your hips, allow your toes to come in slightly, heels out slightly, so that the outside edges of the feet come parallel to one another. From here, we'll lift all 10 toes, spread them wide, and plant them one at a time down into the mat, starting with our pinky toe, slowly releasing them all the way down to the yoga mat. From here, tuck the tailbone by drawing the navel in towards the spine. Roll the shoulders down away from the ears as the palms of the hands shine forward, extending through all 10 fingertips. Crown of the head reaches tall, feeling grounded, rooted, stable here in our mountain pose. Take one more full round of breath here. On your next inhale, sweep your hands high. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, engage through the entire back body. And as you exhale, we'll step our left foot back, drop the back knee, we'll find our low lunge. Untuck the back toes as you stack your front knee directly on top of your front ankle or knee slightly behind the ankle. You can stay right here with your hands on the blocks or the mat. Perhaps you would like to walk your hands up to your knee. If you've walked your hands up to your knee, tuck your tailbone so that you can open through the hip flexors just a bit more on the left side. This is super helpful, especially if you have any low back tension or if you do a lot of sitting. You can stay right here with your hands on your knees, or perhaps you'd like to sweep your hands skyward. Soften the shoulders away from the ears as you allow your heart and gaze to gently lift. Breathe. As you exhale, slowly release the hands down to your blocks or all the way down to the mat. From here, plant your left hand either on the mat or on a block, and then we'll take our right hand to the top of the right knee. Begin to press into the right hand, finding a twist, gazing up over the right shoulder if it's comfortable on your neck. You can keep your hand on your knee, or if it would feel good for you, perhaps you reach your right hand skyward. Breathe. As you exhale, release the right hand down to the mat or the blocks. And as you exhale, shift your hips back, finding your half splits. Allow the front toes to peel off the mat as you gently fold over your right leg. Breathe. On your next inhale, lock the hands forward once again. This time we'll tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and then step the left foot to meet the right for a forward fold. Take a moment in your forward fold. Allow the crown of the head to hang heavy. Hands can be on the blocks or on the mat as you perhaps still keep a deep bend in your knees. Allow yourself to become aware of the difference between the two sides without judgment, just allowing yourself to be present, curious, and aware with the shift and change as it's happening in your body here and now. On your next inhale, halfway lift, flat back, shoulder blades squeeze together. And as you exhale, fold forward. We'll step the right foot back, finding our low lunge, drop the back knee, untuck the back toes. You can stay right here with your hands on the blocks or the mat, framing your front foot. Keeping your knee stacked directly over your front ankle, we'll begin to walk the hands up to the left knee, excuse me. You can stay right here if this is feeling good for you. We'll tuck the tailbone, just like we've been doing by drawing the navel in towards the spine. And then you can stay here Or you can begin to sweep your hands skyward. Allow the shoulders to soften away from the ears. Fingertips extend skyward. Allow your heart and gaze to gently lift. Breathe. As you exhale, release your hands down to the mat or the block. And this time we'll plant the right hand on the inside of the right foot. Bring your left hand either on the block or on the mat, and then bring your left hand to the top of the left knee. We'll find our twist, begin to press into the left hand on the top of the left knee. Gaze can come up over the left shoulder if it's comfortable in your neck. Perhaps you'd like to sweep your left hand skyward. We'll take 3 rounds of breath here. As you exhale, release the left hand down to the mat or the blocks, and then we'll shift our hips back to find our half splits. Allow the front toes to peel off the mat as you gently fold over your left leg. On your next inhale, we'll walk the hands or blocks forward once again. This time we'll tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and step the back foot forward to a forward fold. Allow the crown of the head to hang heavy. Inhale finds the halfway lift, and exhale to fold forward. Bend your knees deeply. Inhale, extended mountain pose, hands sweep to touch at the top. And as you exhale, draw your hands down to your heart. Close your eyes. Take a moment to reconnect with your breath and reconnect with the intention of gratitude and appreciation for yourself, for your body, and for this beautiful transition from dark to light, honoring both the darkness and the light within ourselves, within our being, within our body. Breathe. On your next inhale, sweep both hands high, extended mountain pose. And as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale finds a halfway lift, flat back. And as you exhale, this time plant your hands on the mat, step or hop back to high or low plank. Navel draws tight and in towards the spine as your shoulders stack directly over your wrists. From here, with your next exhale, we'll move through knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, or skip everything and meet in a downward facing dog. Exhaling to lower halfway or all the way down to the mat. Inhale to baby cobra or upward facing dog. And as you exhale, shift the hips back, downward facing dog. We've been here once before. Take a moment to find your downward facing dog. Maybe you'd like to find a little bit of movement, shifting the weight side to side. Allow yourself to focus on finding length in your spine. Stay engaged through your shoulders. Breathe. On your next inhale, we'll lift our right heel high, squeeze through the right glutes. And as you exhale, we're going to find our pigeon pose as you draw the right knee towards the right wrist, left or right ankle towards the left wrist. Finding your pigeon pose. If your hips are feeling really tight this morning, you can take a blanket or a block or a pillow right underneath your right hip. This is going to help prop your right hip to allow you to feel supported. Keep your right foot flexed to keep the knee protected on your right side. And if you prefer to take a reclined figure four versus pigeon, I encourage you to do so. With your next inhale, lift the heart. And as you exhale, slowly surrender forward. Allow your elbows to come down to the mat. Allow your forehead to come down to your hands or the block. So you can make fists with your hands, propping and bringing the mat to yourself. Maybe you plant palms down, allowing your forehead to connect with the mat or the back of the hands. Breathe. Coming back to your sankalpa or intention, having so much gratitude and appreciation for your strong, capable, always healing body, for your powerful, intelligent, brilliant mind, for your loving, caring, big heart. Appreciating the duality within you. Without the dark, we would not know the light. Without the contrast, we would not know the goodness in this world, in this life. Breathing into the tension in your body. With each exhale, allowing yourself to release just a tiny bit deeper. Take 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, slowly begin to rise high. You can walk your hands underneath the shoulders. We'll tuck our back toes, lift the back knee, and gently send your right leg back to downward facing dog or three-legged dog. Option to roll out through your right hip, finding any movements that would feel good for you in your body. Taking a few more rounds of breath, and we'll eventually meet back in downward facing dog. Allow yourself to notice the difference between the two sides. And with your next inhale, we'll lift our left heel high, squeeze through the left glute to lift the heel high. And as you exhale, we'll work our way towards pigeon. Draw the left knee towards the left wrist, draw the left ankle towards the right. Allow your right leg to extend back. And again, if your hips are feeling really tight this morning, I encourage you to place a blanket or a pillow or a bolster underneath your left hip. Option also to take reclined figure four here. So wherever you're at, allow yourself to continue to flex the left foot to keep your left leg engaged and your knee protected. On your inhale, lift your heart. And as you exhale, you can slowly begin to surrender forward, walking down to your elbows. Allow your forehead to connect with the mat or a block. maybe the backs of your hands, as you allow yourself to settle in this deep hip opener on the other side. Perhaps you notice how this side feels different than the first. Without judgment, with curiosity. Hmm. With each breath, releasing a little bit deeper. Take 2 to 3 more rounds of breath here. On your next inhale, slowly begin to walk your hands underneath your shoulder. We'll tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and send the left leg back to downward facing dog or three-legged dog, allowing yourself to move in any way that feels good for you in your body. Eventually, we'll meet back in her downward facing dog and take just a moment here as you come back to your down dog to notice how your body feels in this present moment without judgment, just with curiosity and presence. As you exhale next, we'll release the knees all the way down to the mat and we'll spin around to our bums. Finding Baddha Konasana, we'll bring the soles of the feet together. Your spine feels super rounded and hunched here. I encourage you to find your blanket or pillow once again, and we'll sit up on our blanket or pillow, allowing our hips to create the forward anterior pelvic tilt. As we bring the soles of the feet together, can fall out wide. And before we find our full Baddha Konasana here, we're going to take just a moment to appreciate our feet, our grounding centers that work so very hard for us each and every day. So we're actually going to give ourselves a little bit of a foot massage. So we'll take our thumbs, and with our thumbs, we'll begin to walk our thumbs up and down the arches of our feet. We can draw little circles as we do so. So take your thumbs and just begin to walk your thumbs up and down the arches of your feet, gently squeezing your feet. You can give yourself, like I said, little circles along the arches, getting all the way into the ball of the foot, squeezing your feet and just taking a moment to have so much gratitude and appreciation for your feet that have carried you through this practice, this week, this year, your life. You can even begin to walk your hands, placing the palms on to the ankles and calves and shins. You can walk your hands elephant walk style, as in Thai massage, all the way up your calves, gently pressing into one side and then the other, giving a little squeeze. And you can bring it all the way back down towards your feet again. Once your feet are a little bit happier, on your next inhale, find length in your spine. Close your eyes for just a moment. Notice how different your feet feel. With that, just 60 seconds of foot massage. And from here, bleeding with the heart will begin to hinge from the hips forward, finding Baddha Konasana with a flat spine as far forward as you can with a flat spine. And once you notice you can't hinge any further from your hips, take a pause. Take one full round of breath here. And as you exhale, you can begin to round the spine, walking your hands forward on the mat. Breathe. Crown of the head can come to hang heavy. One more breath here. And then we'll slowly begin to rise high once again. Now we'll fold our knees together, plant our feet on the mat. You can scoot off any props, setting your props off to the side. We're going to come down to our backs. So, a couple of options here. You can either come straight down to your back, or if you'd like a little more core engagement, you can begin to, reach your hands forward and slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. Engaging through your core all the way down till you find yourself flat on the back of the mat. We'll plant the feet on the mat and then walk your feet almost mat width apart so the knees knock in towards one another. Hands can rest on the belly or beside you. And we're just going to gently windshield wiper the knees side to side. So on your next exhale, you can release the knees over to the left side. Inhale the knees through center. And exhale, release the knees to the right. Begin to flow back and forth with your breath. Inhale, knees through center. And exhale, the knees over to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Moving with the rhythm of your breath. If it's feeling particularly sticky anywhere, you can pause for a few extra breaths on each side. Move to each side one more time. Eventually, we'll meet back at center, and then we'll hug the knees into the chest. We'll make our way to a happy baby as we reach our hands towards the outside edges of the feet, maybe the outside edges of the shins. We'll draw the knees down towards the armpits as the feet press up towards the ceiling. Couple of options. You can find stillness here by pressing your sacrum or the base of your spine down into the mat. Feet press up. Or if you'd like to find a little bit of movement, you can gently rock side to side. Perhaps you play with straightening one leg and then the other. Find 2 to 3 more rounds of breath to either find stillness or movement in your happy baby. Mhm. As you exhale, hug the knees into the chest. We'll hug all of our energy in. So we'll squeeze our knees, curl your toes under, draw your forehead up towards your knees, furrow your brow, squeeze your arms or legs with your hands. Engage all of your body as you squeeze into the tightest little ball possible. One more breath here, squeeze a little bit tighter. And as you exhale, release it all out. Legs can come long on the mat, toes can fall wide. Palms up as the hands rest beside you, tucking your shoulders. Allow the heart to gently lift as you settle in for your final resting pose of Shavasana. Allow any controlled breath to begin to fade away as you allow yourself to feel supported by your yoga practice and to sink deeply into your mat. Begin to bring your awareness back to your breath. Invite gentle movement back into your body. wiggling fingers and toes, maybe rolling through your wrists or ankles. Perhaps you reach your arms overhead as though you're just reawakening into the day anew. You can hug the knees into the chest. Taking a moment to give your body so much gratitude for making it to your mat this morning and for moving you through your practice. From here, you can come to a comfortable seat. And in this seat, I want you to find the candle and your flamethrower that you grabbed at the beginning of practice. And with this, we're going to light our candles as we reawaken the light, the yang, the energy within inside of us. You can take a soft gaze at your candle flame as it flickers. Allowing the light to be present. Allowing the flame to establish and gently grow. As you take this soft gaze towards your flame, allow yourself to imagine filling yourself with your light energy. Allow yourself to imagine this flame extinguishing the darkness you no longer wish to carry with you. Extinguishing the darkness that is no longer serving you. This flame offers you choice. It offers you illumination and understanding of what you get to release today and what light you get to embody today. Gazing softly at the flame in front of you. With each exhale, releasing what is no longer serving you. And then we'll find our paper and our pen. And I want you to write down at least 3 things that you are deciding to release during this winter solstice. So this could be energies, this could be thought processes, this could be illness or imbalance in your body. This could be people or something in your life you would like to release. I want you to write down at least 3 things that you are ready to release on this solstice today. So take a moment as you sit with yourself, allowing yourself without judgment, nobody's going to see this, to just intentionally choose what is no longer serving you and what you would like to release. You can write as many things as you are ready to release, truly ready to release as you desire. Once you have written down what you are ready to release on this solstice, I want you to tear out your paper and crumple it up. Squeeze it into a tight little ball. Take a moment to have gratitude for these things that have been there to protect you, to serve you, to be there for you in a way that maybe wasn't necessarily of the highest good for you, but it was a way that your body, your mind, your being chose to protect you. Knowing that these things that you were ready to release were there for a reason, a lesson, a purpose at one point, and knowing that you get to release these now. With this, I would like you in a safe manner outside or maybe over some water to burn this piece of paper. Allow it to escape into the ethers. Allow it to dissipate into the darkness of this winter solstice. And after you burn this piece of paper, I would like you to write down 3 new intentions for your new year as you invite more light, more growth, abundance, more of what you desire to cultivate in this year for yourself. And with those 3 intentions, I want you to then place them somewhere where you will see them regularly. So maybe next to your bed or in your bathroom or maybe on your desk. Place these 3 intentions where you will get to see them each and every day. And as the light comes back to this northern hemisphere, allow yourself to breathe in this light from your new intentions each and every day. Take the intentions, just feel the intentions that you've set. Allow yourself to embody these new intentions after having released what is no longer serving you. And allow yourself to continue to drink in the gratitude and appreciation that you have set in your intention for this winter solstice practice today and into this lighter season as we come into this rebirth, this reawakening into ourselves. Thank you so much for being here and practicing with me today and for dedicating this time to yourself, to allow yourself to grow, know yourself, flow, allow yourself to be in your body, your mind, your body, and your breath, and allow yourself to truly release and step into this new light. Thank you so much for being here today. If you have any questions or with any questions that you have, please drop them in the comments below, and we will answer any questions either in the comments or through the practices in the next week in the embodied empowerment movement. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And in love, light, and so much gratitude, the love, light, and darkness in me sees and honors the love, light, and darkness in you. Peace.